So Sherrone Moore has been fired as the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines football team. Young brother too. And he was fired for an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. We're gonna watch this news clip, break down a few details, or go over a few details. Then we're gonna break down the elephant in the room. I'm sure y'all know where I'm gonna go with this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Police in Michigan are investigating an alleged assault, and a prosecutor is reviewing charges against former University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore. The university says Moore was fired after an investigation found credible evidence that he was engaged in a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Let's bring in CBS News national correspondent Sherrone Duncan live for us tonight.
Before we listen to Sherrone Duncan and this silk blouse she has on, nice color too. I like the way the color scheme. I want to be more start wearing more colors. You know what I'm saying? This whole the black and blue and white and gray. Y'all, we got to get back to color, man. They're trying to dumb us down, make us be monotone, mundane, and it's just no fun in that. But anyway, before we get into that, say it's a credible source. One story I saw was that the rumor had been going around for a while at the school, and that the way he got caught is that he had a Plan B package shipped to this young lady's place of residence. He must have shipped it without the Amazon box, because how in the heck would an Uber driver or whoever, how would the Amazon driver know that a Plan B box was being delivered to somebody's house? But anyway, they say rumors have been going around for a while that them two had a relationship. That's what you got to understand. People think if they have relationships at work, they can keep it quiet, silent, and it's like real simple. It really isn't, because if y'all are hanging around each other too much, hell, they say she had her salary, her beginning salary working there was like $40,000 or $50,000, and then it shot up to like 90,000, something like that. So things like that. Probably hanging around each other a lot, laughing and giggling, sniggling with each other. People gonna look, people gonna speculate, and all they're gonna do is sit back, watch, and see what transpires. And now you see what has happened.
Jerika, what do we know about Moore's arrest?
Well, we're learning new details based on some audio that has been released on Broadcastify. And I'm just looking at something we learned recently where one of the 911 operators is saying, according to our victim here, he did put a knife to his throat and ran off. Then it goes on to say he walked out with several knives and that there was a mention about U of M. So this is giving us a little bit more information about what may have allegedly transpired when police arrived at this home where they arrested him. Remember, this came on the same day that he was fired. Officials at the University of Michigan saying that he was fired because he had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. We've, of course, reached out to his family to see if he had any comment. We have not heard back from him. But as of right now, he is behind bars at a county jail. And we're also learning that he's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Officials tell us that he has not formally been charged with anything, but that they would release that information after the arraignment, which is expected tomorrow afternoon. So people that I've spoken to, a longtime voice of the Wolverines, Jim Brandsetter, said this is devastating to that program, just because there have been a number of scandals. If you've been following the University of Michigan football team over the years, it's a coveted role to be the head coach. In this case, Moore was making, I think, $5.5 million a year.
Wow.
So this is.
And they said it was going to go up like at least $500,000 per year. You know what I'm saying, for the extension of the contract. So he's about to lose tens of millions of dollars falling behind some little young tail.
All eyes on Michigan because of what it represents, not just to Ann Arbor, to Michigan University, but the conference as a whole, to college football as a whole. And many that I know who were either have interviewed him before or have been in close proximity to him say they don't understand it, but it is quite the downfall. This is a married man with at least one daughter that we know of, that he's spoken of on his social media
So he got 3 kids.
page. And a lot of students have expressed being concerned and devastated. The team has a game at the end of the month, the Citrus Bowl, but a lot of folks that we've spoken to throughout the day, just trying to gain more information about what exactly happened, said they are completely shocked by this news.
Yeah, a lot of legendary coaches and players have come out of the University of Michigan's football program. Jerika, are we getting any idea of when the athletic director and the school found out about the alleged inappropriate relationship with the staff member?
CBS Sports reports that this investigation into him actually started about a month ago.
Hmm.
So I think we'll learn more again about that potential criminal piece, that arraignment tomorrow. But as of right now, we know he's still behind bars. We know that the team, I'm sure, is trying to deal with this the best way they have. They still have a big game coming up, as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks. But definitely not something I think a lot of people who are close to this football team or have covered this football team would have expected.
Yeah, certainly not. Jerika Duncan, thank you so much.
Strange. I don't know the laws in other states, but I know here in the great state of Texas, let's say, because I've seen this happen before. Let's say 2 people get into it, have a verbal altercation, it gets heated, and police are called, or it might get heated. I don't know. Maybe it gets a little physical, I guess. But I've seen it where police comes to the house, to the residence, getting ready to take the fella to jail, and he yells out, "I'm a, you know, do something to myself, do her and myself." You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to do blah 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 whatever. And well, let me tell you exactly how the story went. I was doing clinicals in a nursing school, and we was at the state hospital, right? State, no, mental hospital, whatever. And I was doing clinicals, talking to a guy, and he's telling me that he had a homeboy. One day he went to work. He was working there. He said went to work, and he clocked in, and one of his homeboys was there, like for the weekend. He was like, "Man, what you doing here?" He said, "Man, look, me and my girl got into it. You know what I'm saying? We about to fighting this, and the third police came, and I just yelled that I was about to do something to myself and her. This, and and when you do that, they automatically got to bring you here." So that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know how Michigan does it, because I'm you know, kind of confused about how if he had a knife to his neck and was threatening to do something to himself, that and in Texas they put you in for like 72 for a 72-hour watch, and then they let you go if everything's turns out okay. Now I don't know if that's still a law, but I know 10 years ago that's what it was. So as I'm saying, I don't know how it is in Michigan, but for him to be in the county jail after he threatened to do something to himself, that's foreign to me. But anyway, let me go over a few details, few extra more details of this case that we know so far. So you know me, I'm gonna look it up and find it. Y'all gonna learn how to use Chat GPT, and Gemini like I do. But anyway, it says Sherrone Moore was fired with cause by the University of Michigan on December 10th after an internal investigation concluded that there was credible evidence that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, violating university policy. Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel emphasized a zero tolerance stance on this conduct. He said he was taken into custody the same day and around 4:10 p.m. As part of the investigation of an alleged assault. Local police have stated the incident does not appear random and that there is currently no ongoing threat to the community. Yeah, because he was trying to take out the little snow bunny. As of today, he remains jailed in the Washtenaw, I guess how you say it, Washtenaw County jail while prosecutors review the case and possible charges. I think he go to court on Friday, tomorrow, I guess. But as recording of this video, that'll be tomorrow. I see Michigan had, oh yeah, there you go. Moore is expected to appear in court Friday for arraignment. Michigan has named Biff Poggi as interim head coach heading to the Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl. Cheez-It and Citrus. Cheez-Its and Citrus do not match. But anyway, Cheez-It Citrus Bowl against Texas on December 31st, 2025. Moore, 39, has been Michigan's head coach since January 2024 and was the first black head coach in the program history. He compiled a solid record over 2 seasons, but faced a tumultuous period, including an NCAA sign stealing scandal suspension early in 2025 prior to these latest developments. First black head coach. Brother, what did I say on my past videos? What old people would say? Do not go out here and embarrass me in front of them folk. Michigan is a prestigious university football program. When I saw this young brother on the sideline, the first person I thought of is Mike Thompson. I almost forgot his name just that quick. Mike Thompson, yeah, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's been a coach there for years, brother, and doing a good job, being solid with a solid team. I saw this brother, I said he could probably do the same thing in Michigan. Young guy, probably still can communicate with the players and stuff on a certain level. And he could probably be there forever and then end up getting an NFL head coaching job one day if he can, get the program going. But you messed around. First one. Now, it may be hard for another brother to get a job in Michigan because of these circumstances. Nobody gonna say it publicly, but it just happens. That's one part of the elephant in the room. Because you messed around with a 19-year-old little snow bunny whose dad works for the Chicago Bears. So your name is Mud in football. You'll probably never work again, get another football job. You might go to a high school. Maybe, you might go to high school, or Division II, Division III college program. But for a Division I or an NFL team, bro, like I say, your goose is cooked. And you were married and had 3 children. 3 young children. Been married about 10 years, got 3 young children. And you go out like this. But anyway, let me keep going. Let's see, coverage from People like the magazine. Details his family background. Moore is married to his wife, Kelly, and they have 3 children, which has added a human dimension to the news coverage about the situation. They said that the wife and this mistress have been following each other on social media. And probably, the wife was none the wiser. Let's see. Here go the sequence of events. Ramo was terminated with cause by University of Michigan on December 10th. I already said that. So on the afternoon of December 10th, local police responded to a 911 call, reported an alleged assault. Let's say he broke into her house and threatened to take himself out. So, I'm trying to see how much of these details I want to get into. Media outlets, including TMZ, reported that a 911 dispatcher audio suggested the caller described a man allegedly attacking a woman and had been stalking her for months. Though police have not confirmed these specific details in their official press. Let me go ahead and get to the elephant in the room. Old man, young girl. Now, he was married to a snow bunny. That's fine. I mean, hey, you marry who you want to marry. It is what it is. Really don't care. It's really based on the country that we live in, which is why you got to be careful with that. But let's start with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp, man older than me, got caught up with what? A young, I'm gonna say like a fake snow bunny, because she ain't really like a whole snow bunny. But anywho, got caught up with a young girl. The young girl turned them out, turned them in, got bread out of them, right? And everybody's like, why would Shannon Sharp get caught up with somebody like this? It doesn't make sense. I'm sure as a famous guy that he is, he could probably if here's the thing. If he would slow down, pay attention to the people that surround him. Don't be in such a hurry to deal with certain people. Eventually, people are going to tell you who they are. It's going to come out. And then you ain't got to worry about it. You just move on to the next one. When you're trying to hurry up and jump in a situation with somebody because you got ill intentions, you don't know that person. You let that person just woo you with her sexual wiles or whatever, physical wiles, as they say. And then you end up having to pay her millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars just to drop a case, drop a lawsuit, not go to court. Then, on a personal level, I know a fella who got caught up in the same type of situation, probably closer to the age of this coach here. Same thing, dealing with a young something about them 19-year-old snow bunnies got these brothers like throwed off, man. But anyway, about the same age, they had a relationship. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it at the workplace or whatever. But then something happened. Somehow it got leaked. It got found out by the powers that be, and they let the brother go. That young lady, just like this young lady here, started hollering about like harassing, stalking, doing things, based on money and credit, jack. All this stuff started coming out, and it's like, but why is this coming out now? But it hadn't been coming out for a while because she said because it said this has been going on. What this investigation been going on for about a month, but yet she says he's been harassing and stalking her for months, but yet he's giving her a plan B. So did he do something to her physically that she didn't want, and that made it to where because a plan B don't work after so many days, right? So which means what now this is about what they said about a month ago. So about a month ago, something happened. They felt she needed a plan B pill, sent to her house. Okay. But then how's that saying that he's stalking her for months? I don't get it. Your dad works for the Chicago Bears. Your dad has power and notoriety in the NFL, which I'm sure he could, all they got to do is make a call and they can take care of somebody in college. Now, I know he's a head coach, it's that and the third. So you're probably thinking that you don't know if anybody going to listen to you. But I'm not understanding what is going on with these guys in trying to deal with these babies. And they thinking that they can, I guess they're thinking they can control these babies, do what they want to. These babies are enamored with them. They want them a young tender, whatever the case may be. Maybe they ain't getting none at the house. And these youngers got that fire between their legs. So they ready to go, squelch that heat, that flame or whatever. But then once it comes out, and it has happened throughout history. You can look it up. There have been many a times, and it ain't just snow bunnies. It could be any female, but you'll see it where these guys be in a relationship with these people that they shouldn't be in with, and then when it comes out, now these babies here are hollering victim, and doggone well when these babies holler victim, they're gonna run with it. It does not matter what everybody else knows. Everybody could know that they have a relationship because nobody they didn't come out and say that he was stalking her for months. The stories are is that they had relationships for months, and now all of a sudden it done blown up. He going to, and he might not, and you know what? And the stalking part, is probably not what we think it is. Like he's harassing her, trying to get in her pants and her drawers, or whatever. It could be that he's wondering why did she take this pill? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Let me know something. You know, just disappear. Why these people investigating me? What have you done? Blah blah blah. So now, you know what I'm saying? And I need you to do this, need you to do that. May not have nothing to do with him trying to get with her or trying to do something to her. It could be just that he's trying to figure out what's going on, why she's probably not doing what she said she was going to do, and what's up with all these tears and what's going, you know what I'm saying? This has probably been a setup from the jump. It's crazy. And the problem is these brothers, they older, like I said, they don't, well, younger than me, and Shannon Sharp was older than me, don't understand that they be plotting and planning this. You might think that you can outsmart and outwit a snow bunny. I mean, I'm sorry, these young babies, but you can't. And the thing about with them is they do have an upper hand, an upper leg, just because of who they are. I just, I hate to say it, but that's just what it is. And that's what you see. But I'm not sure why our brothers are not paying attention and learning from these situations. It kind of makes me think about when you see stories of domestic violence or people getting on drugs or people out here, you know what I'm saying, taking each other's out. And I'm a person that say, I want to know what the background, the person's life story is, because there has to be a reason why they do what they do. And it doesn't start when they're grown. It starts from birth and how they grew up and how they live to get them to this point. But stories like this made me think, hell, even if you did know, even if they did put it out there, it's probably the crimes are not going to stop, because we've seen situations where I seen football players. Remember, one brother got accused of doing something inappropriate to a young lady, and they tried to railroad him and this, that, and the third, and everybody say it was consensual. And I think he had to have like evidence. I think he had evidence to get it, you know, something to get it dismissed. And I seen it where dude, they didn't have evidence, but people were saying they still had a relationship and this, that, and the third, and they about the same age, and still got the boy kicked out the football team. I think years later he get exonerated. These things happen, man. We just got to stop trying to jump in the, well, first of all, why he did what he did with this young girl is I don't know. But in a relationship standpoint, really gotta take it slow. Gotta take it easy. And this can be in relationships, business, you name it. And just watch people. Watch people, you know what I'm saying, test them some, you know, certain ways, ask questions, see how they react to certain things. Takes a little time and then go from there. That's what I used to tell my daughters. I say, you know what? Don't be in a hurry to jump in a relationship with somebody. Get to know them for a while. And I mean, get to know them, like know them, meet the parents, hell, meet the aunts, uncles, whatever the case, brothers and sisters, friends. Get to know the people before y'all get into like a physical or real serious relationship. Because if you do it backwards, that's how it turns out not working out for y'all. And you never know who can get caught up in the mix. But anywho, this young brother here, man, I mean, this dude done messed up his family. Hell, he done went to jail, so now he finna be in the court system. So he probably do some time in jail. Done lost his contract. Man, it's a sad story. And he was a head football coach. I'm quite sure there have been other football coaches who have had relationships with like this and nothing ever happened. But this one, yeah. You were the first. You were the first brother hired there as a head coach. And who knows? It's possible that they could have tried to set you up from the jump just to get, you know what I'm saying? Because just to get rid of you, find a reason to get rid of you without actually firing you because of your job you're doing on the field. Because when you're in a culture where people are afraid to do something because of the color of your skin, okay, well, let's just do something to find out. Let's just do something where we can get rid of him, and it has nothing to do with the job he's doing on the field. And you just got to be aware of that and be prepared for that at all times. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all the little details I have. I think that, let me see, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Because again, tomorrow he'll be going to an arraignment. So let's say more, his annual salary. Let's talk about his money deal, which is it paid about $5.5 million per year in base and additional compensation, which could rise slightly each year under contract. According to media salary databases, his 2025 total pay was around $6.11 million. Dang, including retention bonuses. You make a lot of money being a coach in the college, man. His contract included the potential for significant performance bonuses such as conference championships, college football playoff wins, national title bonuses. The exact amount varies up to several million over the life of the deal. The overall deal was a 5-year agreement worth about $27 to $28 million through 2029. You have 4 more years left if he stayed the whole time. They say now no buyout because he was fired for cause. Michigan is arguing the firing was for cause, meaning the university claims his conduct, the inappropriate relationship, and related policy violations legally voids the buyout clause in his contract. That means he may not be owed any of the remaining guaranteed money on his contract. If he had been fired with cause, the buyout was around 13.7 to 13.9 million for the remainder of his deal. That's based on 75% of the base compensation left under the contract, a common buyout structure in coach contracts. Any unpaid performance bonus for the 2025 season or future years are likely forfeited unless he successfully negotiates or litigates otherwise. Let's see. Some estimates put Moore's pre-firing net worth around $28 million based on salary history and contracts, but that includes projected earnings. Okay, so he's gonna lose millions. So it's a the 2025 salary, he keeps it, retention, performance bonus, likely forfeited, future annual pay, likely forfeited, the buyout, likely voided, net worth around 28 million, but potentially reduced because future contract money is probably lost. So yeah, this brother messed up. I don't know what else to say. He done jacked up, man. Dang, over what? Over what? And you know what? This young lady, she gonna continue to be at work at Michigan. She gonna cry and she gonna get counseling and probably end up suing the brother so he can take the rest of his money, suing the family. So his family gonna be without. And wife probably may divorce him, leave him. So this dude's just gonna be in shambles. Be in shambles. You let a kid take you out, player. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave you in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.